Let's have a quick look at some of the differences between the Windows and the Mac version of Ultrafractal. Basically, there's not that many of them. The main ones basically are subtle differences in the options, the options window. Um, how you can basically hide the dock here, the palette dock, and the toolbar at the top. Basic mouse operations for moving the fractal around. Okay. Um, let's get the easy ones out of the way quickly. Okay, to hide the dock, you just go up to this kind of little arrow up here. Mac users obviously have to click. They get this double arrow. They've got to click drag to reposition hide. Okay, this is okay. It does work. You can resize. Okay, but to hide on Windows, you go up here. Just click on it. With the toolbar at the top, same thing, it's over to the left, just click and it disappears, so you can maximize your workspace. Now, one of the things that I really miss on Ultrafractal, but Windows users can take advantage of this. I'm not sure, okay, if the image needs to be a bitmap, but you can actually put an image in this area around the fractal window. And to do that, you go up to options. Okay, so on the Windows options, just actually before we go in and change this, I just want to mention that on Windows, okay, some of the options, okay, I mentioned in the main Mac video, the Mac tutorial, or Mac part of the tutorial, but however you want to put it, are found in an Ultrafractal tab, which we have on Mac. On Windows, you don't have that. So if you go into the Help menu, you'll find your Upgrade Edition and Enter License menus in there. Okay, you'll also find your About in there, and obviously it's the same. I click on that, it brings up my version and my licensing information here. So I want to hide that. I think I just click on it to hide it. I go, as I said, options has its own tab, so I go up to options, and at the very bottom you've got another options tab, so it's options, okay? So you've got options on your options, if you like. Okay, how you change this background, okay, is in the environment tab. Okay, we don't have this on the Mac. Basically you enable one of these two options in the wallpaper section, okay, like tile or center. I would put it in center. Okay. Okay, I've already loaded in an image there. Okay, I had to actually convert one to bitmap so that I could see it in the browser. Maybe it'll take JPEGs as well. I don't know. So as I said, you can experiment with the format types there. But it comes up as bitmap as the default, so I change it to that. So I'm just going to click on it, open it. Okay, and click OK, and there's the image. Okay, now I find that much easier to work with. Like if I open a fractal and I've got this around it, I can't remember. I think if the next thing I'm going to show you, if it colors this area, I think it does. Okay, but I'm working in a virtual machine on Mac here, so I'm having trouble. The actual color change is not taking here, or else I'm just plain looking in the wrong place. But like I said, that distracts me. Either way, I like to work without all that high contrast killing me, in other words. And I work pretty much something like this. I might have let me bring back this, I'd have a bigger fractal window. I'd resize this. Okay, maintain aspect, I'd resize that to about 1000. Basically something that fits my screen a bit better. Okay, and I work with that. We'll come back to some of the actual commands, some of the movements, keystroke movements now in a second. Okay, what else in options? Okay, if we go into options, okay, we have a general tab in Mac which you don't have on Windows, but you have most of pretty much what you need is in the fractal and defaults tabs here anyway. Defaults, okay, keep aspect ratio. Okay, this is a problem I ran into during the Mac part of the tutorial, and I've since actually found out why. If you have a param set saved in the param browser, in landscape format, or say it's in portrait format, and then you try to open it, it opens in horizontal format. And the reason for that is that by default, keep aspect ratio is not checked on the Mac version. So it's, I'm going to have to put in the main for the Mac version, but on Windows it is, okay? Keep that checked, if you want consistency throughout the actual program. In Fractals, I keep that on 640, 480. You might want to change that to, if a bigger screen, you can change it to 800 or 800 by 600. It's the same sort of same proportion, whatever you want really, whatever you want to basically, what kind of aspect you want to open your fractals with each side by default. Okay, fractal. This is the same information here. I think, okay, this is fractal window options, background color. Okay, this is black, and there's nothing, I'm not seeing black anywhere. This is in a virtual machine, mind you, and as I said before, I'm going to change the color here to something red. I don't think it's going to pick up on your machine, or if I was to boot Windows 7 for this demonstration, I'm sure it would work fine on there as well. It's just that I'm running UF in a virtual machine and it's not doing it here. I'm going to click, okay, all your key shortcuts are there, so refer to those. I'm about to demonstrate one or two or three of them, so you can always refer to this menu. But other than that, not much to look at here. There's not that much of a difference. Click OK. Okay, as I said, he's going to have a peek here. Okay, nothing's changed. But like I said, I think that's what changes. You'd have I can work, in other words, with this window maximized, and I don't have this distraction of a light background against a dark fractal. Okay. Other basic differences are, as I said, on Mac we use Command click to move the fractal around. On Windows you use Control click. Okay. I've got red showing through behind this. This is interesting. It's showing through. If I move that, oops, if I move that, it's showing behind. Okay, I'm not sure if I can change this bleed board around it. But I'm sure I had it on a previous version of Windows. Okay, not to worry. I've got Alt click drag to rotate. Okay, I'm going to change that back to something like a mid-grey while I'm at it, because that's red's not what I want. So options. Okay, so fractal window options. I want to change that to a maybe not quite black, something like that. Maybe a bit better. Just have a quick look in here because I've missed where this is. Foreground, that's syntax. Okay. Folders. Okay, I'm not seeing it there. I'm not sure. I suppose no. Well, would only affect this again. As I said, I was going to say you could always just load in an image of a solid color, tile it, and you could have it that way. Okay, I'm going to click OK. I'm going to close that or minimize it so I'm not getting distracted by that white around it. So I've got something like that. So we have, let me see, Control click to move, Alt click and move around whatever axis you want to rotate it in. You have Control Shift stretch. Okay, you got Control Alt. Sorry, Control Alt is stretch and Control Shift is skew. So that's Control Alt. We've done Control. We've got move, rotate, skew, and scale. So I think that's covered pretty much all we need to cover on Windows as far as differences to the Mac version.